Hello, this is MBA Bites, our series about things you learn in business school and things you don't. I'm Vin Bittencourt, and today we talk about the 4 stages of competence, or the 4 learning stages that most people go through over their professional lives. We'll discuss what's critical for each one of the learning stages so you can better navigate your career regardless of what stage you may be in right now. The 4 stages of competency is a training model designed by clinical psychologist Thomas Garden in the 1970s. Most of the training models that business schools teach today in conflict resolution and business communication come from his work. So he's pretty influential in the fields of people and organizational management. According to him, the 4 stages of competence prescribe the 4 stages of learning that people go through until they get to achieve mastery on a given subject. The 4 stages are: Stage 1, unconscious incompetence. You're unaware of the knowledge you don't have, or what many people call innocent ignorance. On this stage, you don't know what you don't know, and the only way to move up professionally is by recognizing that you lack the skills, the knowledge, and the competencies to master in order to succeed on a given role or position. On a company level, you still depend on others to perform. Stage 2 is conscious incompetence. At least here you recognize there's a deficit, and you start looking around for ways to close the knowledge gap. In practical terms, conscious incompetence is the awakening to the reality that you must learn. This is the stage where you start looking around and seeing people perform at levels they still lack, using skills, knowledge, and competencies that you know somehow you need to master. You're just not sure how yet. It's not uncommon actually for a lot of people to give up on this stage because the mastery of complex things is challenging. Years may go by until you get to see some tangible results. At least on a company level, even though you may still need some polishing and there's always room for improvement, you are somehow contributing at individual level. Stage 3 is conscious competence. So after years of study and practicing, you reach the stage of conscious competence. This is where you achieve above average results, but focus, dedication, and hard work are still required. In addition, this is the stage where you get to see more visible rewards, being salary increase, promotions, or simply the respect, and admiration from your peers. If you get to this stage of conscious competence, chances are you continue to develop yourself towards mastery, being way past the giving up stage. On a company level, this is the stage where you're contributing through others. So your results, your responsibilities, your outcomes depend on the contribution and the collaboration of others. In essence, you're not alone anymore. Stage 4 is unconscious competence. When it becomes second nature to you to excel at something or to deliver superior results, suddenly it's not just something you do, but something you become, an intricate part of you. When you reach the stage of unconscious competence, you deliver great results effortlessly to the amazement of others. What many people fail to recognize is the grueling process that leads to unconscious competence. On a company level, you're leading through vision and strategic orientation. So how do the 4 stages of competence apply to career management? First, when you're new, you just don't know anything. You're lost. You don't even know your own potential, what you're capable of. So at this stage, having a role model, a positive role model can help. Having someone that inspires you, that somehow triggers you to be a better person, to be a better professional is extremely helpful. But sometimes you're not lucky enough to have positive role models in whatever you are. So it becomes the role of formal education and reading and observation to help you bridge that gap. Somehow you have to choose core values that you're going to be operating by. But more than a role model or anything else, what really matters is having an orientation, a passion, right? Career success is all about defining the contributions that you want to make. So sooner you define that, easier it's going to be for you to find a pathway and to develop yourself towards mastery. When you have passion, then it becomes second nature to you to develop those skills and to, hustle and to, put the effort in to succeed at something. But it's got to be something really special to you because otherwise you're not going to do it. On a company level, you're the newbie, right? Which is kind of oblivious. You don't know what you don't know. You need guidance. And, somehow you cannot function properly by yourself. Eventually I start learning the ins and outs of the trade and the culture and the organization and clients and learning more about the products. You start building more knowledge and you start realizing all the gaps that you have. So this is the, conscious incompetence stage. So that's a lot of work to be done, but somehow you have the awareness of that. Furthermore, as you start gaining more experience and delivering more results and seeing what works, what doesn't work, you suddenly start making the transition and becoming a skill practitioner. So this is where your confidence level starts to peak, right? When you make the transition between, conscious incompetence into conscious competence, and chances are you're going to develop yourself towards mastery at some point because you're seeing the results, you're seeing the outcome, right? You're seeing the benefits of becoming really good at something. And if you happen to align your work with a sense of mission and vision, you become a strong contender for unconscious competence or simply mastery, the optimal stage of brilliance that also leads to coaching, mentoring, and developing others. In the end, the goal here is to show you how the learning of technical skills can actually lead the way to your overall career progress. But over time, people that keep moving and eventually hit the top, they somehow master the technical skills with people and political skills. So in the end, this is the right mix or the right combination of skills and competencies to make the most out of any career. And if you realize most people's career stumble or just hit a roadblock in middle management. And why? You start learning a craft, you become really good at that craft, and then you get promoted because you're good at that craft. Now you come to the point where you get to manage people and projects, and you depend on so many more contributions from others. So now doing the work leads to failure because the skills that got you here won't get you further. Think of the micromanager at most companies, right? The person who's always burned out because he's doing all the work instead of delegating the work. So companies in general have plenty of those folks, in fact, too many. Here's the advice for recently promoted managers or supervisors. If you're still doing the same tasks you were doing before the promotion, that wouldn't be a reason for you to get promoted in the first place. Now you should invest time building new skills, setting goals, providing coaching, feedback, mentoring. So now your work depends on connecting, mobilizing, and engaging with people, not necessarily doing the work anymore. So how do you avoid the pitfall of getting stuck into middle management? You have to build those people, influential, and political skills. That's going to propel you to connect and get a closer relationship with upper management. So you successfully compete for attention, for resources, and for opportunities for growth. Managing that stage well, the middle management stage, is critical for your overall career success. This is where you have the opportunity to hone those skills of political influence and communication. So when you move to a strategic level, you're better able to empathize, to engage, to motivate on a larger scale. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of MBA Bites, our series about things you learn in business school and things you don't. Please subscribe so you don't miss our insights on money, business, career. I am Vin Bittencourt, and I see you next time.